The Consumer Duty is a relatively new set of standards to essentially bring more protection for customers of financial services, aiming to help put their needs first. Amy Knight, personal finance expert from NerdWallet UK, joins me now to explain more. Amy, how on earth does it get to a situation like this where a wealth management firm is facing thousands of complaints and is actually said to be putting aside hundreds of millions of pounds in potential refunds?
St James's Place is an unfortunate example of a firm falling foul of the FCA's Consumer Duty. Under the Financial Services and Markets Act 2023, updated legislation tightened up the rules and gave the regulator more powers to act if companies don't comply. And Consumer Duty also puts more focus on value for money. And if customers have been paying for services they've not received, clearly that's not good value. There's also an issue with transparency. Companies should make it clear to customers what fees they'll be charged and what those fees are for, not just at the point they take out the product, but all through the life cycle of that product.
So there's quite a few things going on here, actually. Surely one of the reasons why the Consumer Duty was introduced in the first place was to stop these situations getting to the point of an ombudsman having to be involved.
Cases like this fire a warning shot to other financial services firms just how seriously they need to take Consumer Duty. It's not something that they can just do once and then it's done. They need to be continually reviewing the services that they provide to make sure that they're adhering on the fairness, the transparency and the value for money. And Consumer Duty is helping to ensure that customers are getting money back where they've been underserviced or overcharged, and it's going to protect more customers in the future. The Ombudsman is there as a backstop if customers are not able to get a resolution that they're happy with through the firm's complaints process.
And there'll be lots of people watching thinking, well, is it a good idea to involve a wealth management company in helping to plan with my pension pot?
Absolutely. Wealth managers can be a great way to get your money working harder for you, but there can be high fees charged for that service, which can take a chunk out of your savings. And it's because of that imbalance that wealth managers have to be so tightly regulated. So if you are thinking of using a wealth manager for your pension, always check that they're a regulated firm. If you find that the fees are prohibitive, an independent financial advisor could be another option.
And if you do have an issue with a company, what do you do?
All regulated firms have to have a formal complaints process. They should confirm in writing within 3 working days that they've got your complaint, and within 8 weeks they should work towards an outcome. If after 8 weeks you're not happy with the resolution, then you can take it to the Ombudsman. In the case of St James's Place, the firm are proactively contacting customers that they think might be due a refund of fees that they've been charged, whether that's on an ISA, a pension, or another investment product. And if you want to get free advice, you can always try the government's Money Helper website.
So if you've got money with St James's Place, watch out if they get in contact with you. It's definitely worth talking to them about that. Amy, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks.
Regarding its current volume of complaints, St James's Place said that in early 2024, it announced a proactive review of client servicing records. It told us it's making good progress and has seen the number of complaints reduce. It explained that clients will be contacted directly if they are entitled to a refund.
Well, time now to put more of your questions to our lovely experts, Amy and Martyn. And Amy, this one's for you. Dee Millwood says she put a deposit down on a second-hand car that she saw in a showroom, but when she got home, she changed her mind and asked for a refund. But the retailer told her the deposit was non-refundable and she'd agreed to this by signing the T's and C's. Dee says these were sent to her mobile while she was in the showroom and were very hard to read on the small screen. She also says the salesperson didn't explain that the deposit was non-refundable. She asks, is she not entitled to a cooling-off period?
The 14-day cooling-off period actually applies to items you buy online, or in the case of a car, off-site. So had she placed a deposit over the phone, she'd have a better chance of getting that money back. However, I think Dee's still got a case here, because the fact that the salesperson did not make it clear the deposit was non-refundable, and also this issue with the T's and C's being on the phone, I would struggle without my specs to read those. So there's an argument argument to say it's not very accessible, it's not very inclusive. She should definitely make a formal complaint to the dealership, and if she doesn't get a resolution she's happy with, then take it to the motor ombudsman.
Martyn, hope you're up for this one. Carol Morgan says that she's been caught up between a retailer and a courier when she returned £100 of clothes to the retailer, but the package went missing. Where have you heard that before? The retailer is saying it's the courier's fault for losing the parcel. The courier says up to the retailer to issue the refund. Who should take responsibility? There's a question for you.
Well, Gloria, the courier is responsible for losing the parcel. However, the retailer is absolutely responsible for the refund. That is non-negotiable. That's what the law says.
So what would you advise her to do exactly?
Go straight to the retailer and insist on a refund.
Very straightforward. Love that. Amy, I don't know if this is so straightforward. Edwina Little says she's purchased a bed and a mattress in-store, paid with a credit card. After 8 weeks, the mattress failed and caused her partner to roll out of bed. Ouch. The retailer failed to offer a suitable replacement, so Edwina turned to her credit card company for help, but it's now asking for an independent report, which would cost, apparently, a further £380. What are the options?
Well, Edwina's done the right thing. A mattress is not a small purchase, so if it's more than £100, then using a credit card gives you the cover under the Consumer Credit Act. I do think she's entitled to a replacement or a refund, but evidence is going to be needed, so she needs to take either photos or video evidence of this fault with the mattress. The £380, I would suggest she asks the credit card company to confirm in writing before she pays for that independent report and see whether they'll confirm that they'll give her that money back. She can also go straight to the manufacturer and see whether the mattress is covered under warranty.
And on that top tip, there's just time to remind you that if you've missed any of the advice we've packed in today, from how to nail your appliance warranty claim or how to make sure that the cosmetics you're shopping for are going to be safe, you can catch up on it and every episode in this series through the BBC iPlayer.
But for today, though, I'm afraid we're right out of time, and that's where we have to leave it. But thank you, as always, so much indeed for joining us, and to our experts, naturally. And until we see you again, from us, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.